Woodland Scenics has done so much for this hobby.
Yes.
This is going to be easy tonight. Just you and me, brother.
Absolutely.
A lot of material to cover tonight, though, right?
Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, look, you got it. Look at your little...
I may drive that around a little later.
Awesome. Okay, so you're going to hold up that book when we talk about
Yep,
it. When
I
find
got
my
it.
show notes.
I got it.
And we have Richard running camera tonight. Hey, Richard. And look at all the guests in the audience.
Yes, thank you for
It's really
coming,
nice to have you
everyone. We
tonight. Thanks for
appreciate
coming.
it.
I might have to wear 2 pairs of glasses tonight. All right. Here we go, guys. Richard, give us a countdown.
Ready?
Yes.
3, 2,
The What's Neat This Week video podcast is supported by enthusiastic model railroaders just like you.
things are anyway.
Further support is provided by Microengineering, keeping you on track with quality products for 55 years. Check out their website at www.microengineering.com. Order from your local dealer or order direct by calling 1-800-462-6975. And by InterMountain Railway Company, where the detail makes the difference. Check out their website at intermountain-railway.com. Additional support is provided by Yelsma Graphics, America's leading distributor of quality railroad art and embroidered clothing since 1985. Check out their website at yelsma.com. Further support is provided by the NCE Corporation, the power of DCC. Visit their website at ncedcc.com. And thank you for supporting the What's Neat This Week podcast. This is the What's Neat This Week show in model railroading, show number 180 for December 18th, 2021.
Wow.
This is the last show of the year this year, and this is going to be a little bit more of a laid-back show tonight in that we've got a lot of material to cover, and I want to methodically get through it. We're going to talk about a lot of Christmas photos of the past, and we've got some material from some of our viewers, which we're going to talk about. And I got Joshua Sugarfire with me tonight.
What's up, everybody?
And of course, I'm Ken Patterson, the host of the What's Neat Show at Model Railroad Hobbyist Magazine, and I am starting on February. January is done. Thank you, Denny Yelsma, for that wonderful segment on your Jacksonville Model Railroad Club and Museum down there that they've got. Pretty neat.
It is very cool, and they're very methodical about how they run the trains and everything. That's a really cool layout down there. Thank you guys for the footage.
They love operation. And John Fowler gives us a video in that January video where he goes over 3D printing from start to finish using his print farm that he has out there on the Tehachapi Railroad out there in California. Just an amazing gentleman that follows safety precautions very stringently. But thank you very much, John Fowler, for contributing that. And anybody can contribute to that What's Neat show where we get our hands dirty and create lots of material. You guys can check in with me on our Facebook page through contacting us on that or readers' comments on any of the videos, and I will get hooked up with you.
I think we should start wearing white lab coats here in the office. I think that should be a standard just for safety, let alone for fashion.
Greg McComas, who you saw in one of the videos, I think around 125, 124 of the podcasts, sent us a Christmas card, Joshua, which is kind of nice. It's a photograph of his layout in the snow. I'll scan this so everybody
Very
can see it. Thank you very much, Greg. We love it when you reach out like that. We also got some material today this week from a gentleman named Jesse Howe. Really nice fellow. I talked to him on the phone, Joshua, and he was so proud to show off his scratch-built telephone poles.
Wow, those are very cool.
They are made out of wood, and he uses scale lumber. Very wonderful process. It's not really something in that we've all done this in the past. I will show you a few photographs where I have had great luck in HO scale building telephone poles, and not just electrical wire poles. If you ever go out on the street and study those, they are in fact models too. There's a lot of guy wires that hold everything up that are strung between them, in addition to the cable, telephone, and electric wires that are all strung out on these poles. So it's a fascinating study, and they make great models. And these models that I'm going to show you right now were made out of brass. I've had good luck with that in that they're very very strong. If you bump them on the layout, they don't break, but they will cut your hand. And I string them up with thread. And I like to take the thread and roll the thread in with some Elmer's white glue so it stiffens up. That prevents it from blowing in the wind when I do outdoor photo shoots or video, which is the biggest problem is video because you can see them blowing. But it works. It gives some integrity to the wire as you get the drape just right, evenly between your poles. I've also had very good luck with making these out of wood for the garden railroad outside. And the beauty of that is, and I'll show you probably a video clip while I describe this because I do know I have some, I like to use beads, some real nice greenish color beads that I double stack on top of each other, and it makes great insulators, see-through out in the sunlight. For G-scale, it works. I remember a hailstorm one day, broke them all up though.
Those are 0.10 millimeter glass beads.
They're
plastic glass
yes.
beads, yeah.
Held on with very, very small pins.
Yeah, my family did a lot of intricate jewelry work with that.
Nice. We also had some photographs from Jesse Howe of his layout. He's very proud of this Lionel 3-rail layout. He lit it up with all these beautiful lights that you see now on Main Street, and it's just the right size layout that's manageable, not overwhelming. So nice work. Thank you, Jesse, for contributing that to our show. We really enjoy it. Now, when I was at the RPM meet, I met Scott and Myra Lindsay. I've got a video clip of them as they did a segue for me in the show. Just an absolutely wonderful couple. And they have worked with Ron Flannery and Dave, I'm going to say the name, Orazi, and I hope I got that right. Working in conjunction with White River Productions. They sent me this book this week to support the Southern Railway Historical Association. This is a magnificent Southern book, over 300 photographs in it, full color, whereas they cover the entire division of the Southern Railway, division by division. So it's a very thorough, historical, you might say, color. What's good about these photos in this book, and I looked at a couple of them, it's great to copy photos like this. When you're creating scenes on your layout and or creating outdoor photography, all the answers are in those prototype photos, and it's kind of fun to do something like that. So on this show, I guess, Joshua, we're going to talk about some of the Christmas photos of the past.
My favorite time of year.
I'm going to put on 2 pairs of glasses so I can see this. I might have shown a few of these on the show in the past. We're going to start out with this beautiful Athearn Christmas shot, and I think we did this one around the year 2019 or maybe 18 for Chris Palomares. This was the Erie Lackawanna units where I set up a diorama outside during sunrise, and I did multiple sunrises to get the shot right. So here's a shot of the sunrise, and then of course I'm showing you the final photograph that Chris edited in just a little bit of smoke just to add some depth to the locomotives. I also did a shot for Model Railroad Hobbyist magazine for Joe Fugate over there. This was some Burlington. In fact, those units up here on the shelf, those silver Burlingtons that pull a California Zephyr on a grain elevator scene where everything was flat with wire trees. I love doing shots like that. We've got this Athearn fog shot with a brand new Athearn Santa Fe caboose. These exposures were shot indoors. It took 20 minutes to shoot these exposures because the lights on the caboose were very dim in conjunction with the lighting on the locomotives and the lighting of the train station.
That was such a cool picture that you got out of that.
Yeah, James Regier helped me with that. I did a photograph for Blackstone Models back in 2015. I'll show you the prototype photo that they sent me. They wanted me to capture this on film in HO scale. And of course, in their HON3 locomotives, I put a wreath in the front of the locomotives, lit it up, wire trees, and in fact, this is a segment on What's Neat. You can go back and see how I actually built this scene. Those are the fun ones to watch because you can learn all the tricks, and there are a few. One of my most favorites, I don't even know, they're all my favorite. I use my children a lot. I used Tyler for this Christmas shot for box art for an ad for Bachman way back when. And I also used my wonderful daughter Anna for another shot. This is where we set up the Christmas tree halfway. Just half of the tree, because that's the only thing that's in film. It's usually shot in September. I'm using 3,000 watts of lights and a fireplace lit, so the room's about 110 degrees. And I'm just happy that they played along with me on this. I said, Tyler, you can keep the train. Just show me some teeth, Tyler. There's another really cool shot I did for Bachman. I don't remember what year this was. This was a Christmas shot with, I think it was China buildings, all those glass buildings that so many people like to run with the ON3. That's what this is. ON30, I believe. And here's a setup shot of how that one was set up. Real basic, just working in dimmer lights. Again, it's all about lighting up the accents of the buildings. And I should be checking these off as I go through them. There's another shot that's hanging on the wall down here. That was a shot for Mainline Modeler's cover way back when, where I actually used an ON30 Bachmann Christmas locomotive. And this isn't necessarily a Christmas shot, but it is the Christmas train. But I weathered it up, so it just looked like an amazing steam locomotive in red and green and silver. It just worked in the shot with all of those beautiful pine trees built out of furnace filter material. That's a great way to make trees, I'll tell you that. Last two shots I want to go over. I'll start with this one that I did for Model Railroad Craftsman. This was a body of water. Now you've seen this moon used in many of my different shots. I do save it and use it over and over again with the wire trees coming around a corner, and I think that might be one of the modules I sold you, Joshua.
Yep.
Last one is a really special one. I did this for Mainline Modeler, and I also did it for Bachmann. I had a combination of a cover for Mainline Modeler and the interior shot for Bachmann catalog way back when. And this was magic. I took a gas station, and I'll show you the basic setup first. There's that moon again in the background. It's a great prop to use, and that, in fact, is a different moon. I actually painted this one with the camera set up, so the position of the clouds and the moon would be just in the right spot for the shot. Nothing but a can of white spray paint over a black background. Really simple to feather in the moon and then hand draw in the mountains. As I show you the final photograph, we've got the microengineering pickup truck and HO scale lit on this. The gas station's all lit up with various lights, and there's Santa Claus and Christmas garland on the windows, and it's just a beautiful mood shot. And being as it is the season, I just wanted to share all these photographs
That's
with
definitely
everybody.
by far my favorite Christmas shot you've ever done is the gas station.
I got to say mine too, but thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Joshua. So what else are we going to talk about tonight?
How about some of these cars on the table?
InterMountain Railway Company out of Longmont, Colorado actually didn't send me any product this week, but I do want to cover some of the models that we have shot through the past year, and there have been a great deal of them. These Tier 4 locomotives, I'll start out with first. NS, did I get that right?
Yes.
Thank you. I got in a lot of trouble in readers' comments last week. And this beautiful Union Pacific with the flag on them, just absolutely gorgeous. These models are again being rerun, and they are available at your favorite hobby shop that I do know. And in this case, that would be Spring Creek Model
right.
Trains out in Bachelor, Nebraska. I love those guys. What a great show that was last week.
It sure was.
Deb and Dave did a fantastic job with that interview. I like the way it went together in the middle of the show, the way we did it. I've got the InterMountain stack trains not on the table, but their containers are beautiful, as are their stacked cars. I've got 3 photographs to share with you with that. And all these photographs can be found on the whatsneat.com index. Every product that we've ever talked about through the years on the show are in fact on there, marked by category, marked by type, and what show they were on. And there's beautiful pictures of every one of those. So
That's a really neat system that you can go through and find out all of the stuff that have been on the show. So
it is so true. I wonder if I have 2 pages here of the same stuff. I've got these box cars on the table, and these cars actually have 2 sets of box cars to show off to you tonight. The InterMountain 60-foot ATSF car. We've got these beautiful coil cars with hatches and covers on them. I think I've got CNN&W and Santa Fe to show you. I've also got the InterMountain GP10 locomotives, and I think we've got a couple locomotives in that paint scheme, which look really dynamite. Also the auto racks. How much do we love those InterMountain auto racks? I've got a shot here of the see-through screens during a sunrise to exemplify how beautiful those screens were etched out. And of course, there's a reflective shot that is one of InterMountain's favorite photographs that they've used on their website. Bouncing the sun off the side of all that beautiful metalwork is just like the prototypes. It's kind of cool.
And I can't believe the detail that they got in the N-scale version of that. That's just so amazing.
That is true. You've got the Union Pacific right there. I've got a shot here of the Union Pacific shot outside and the GT shot outside. Those are nice. In HO scale, I've got the Conrails to share with you, and of course a GT in HO scale to share with you. And this one from the Mexican Railroad, but I can't see it in the picture and it's not on the table, so I can read off the name for what that is. And of course, there is the Rock Island auto racks that Spring Creek has had manufactured specifically for them. That's a great concept when it comes to having a limited run like that. Thank you guys for making that car. I know Mike Buddy, that's one of his favorites.
Absolutely.
We don't have Mike here tonight. A lot of the guys obviously are preparing for Christmas and they're on special functions this evening. So that's why we've got, just me and you, buddy.
There's nothing wrong with
I
that.
love the hat.
Thanks.
I've got an N-scale 2-bay hopper here to share with you from InterMountain, and I shot this on an N-scale diorama with that beautiful, I think that's a Rick's product, bridge in the background and wooden piers that I actually cut out. And there's just a full array of PFE cars that we've talked about over the years. Actually this year, in fact, I think it was April or March, when we went over the entire history of these PFC cars. I've got that wonderful book that actually describes all of them, and I pulled the history out of that book. And it wasn't really a presentation or an advertisement as much as it was a historical review of the various cars and how they were changed through the years, which is what InterMountain has been able to capture with these cars. So hats off to you guys, fantastic job. Want to wish Ron and Frank and everybody out there, Glenn, Merry Christmas, and all the wonderful people out in Longmont, Colorado.
Absolutely.
And I'll tell you what, this is going to be a short show, I do know that, but you're working on your layout now, and you've got some videos that you might be producing for that. You want to talk about that a little bit, what you're thinking about?
Well, I have a bunch of different videos that are scattered about, but all the way from conception of me drawing out the rough programs to actually building the layout, and I used the same concept as you have, that all the wood matches and everything's super polyurethane and shiny and slippery, and so I've just been taking a lot of footage of that and going slow on my layout and making sure that it's sturdy and rock solid.
There you go.
Yeah,
I love the thunderstorm clouds that you showed off.
Yeah, I have a bunch. I made a bunch of 3D clouds. I saw some pictures of somewhere in California. They have a layout and they have clouds physically hanging. So I got some 80-pound fish and lure.
Right.
And I hung that up so the clouds look suspended in midair.
That's a great idea.
So, but I have some with lights in them, like I showed here on the show. I have some against the wall, but I wanted to make it more 3D than just a couple clouds stuck to the wall, you know? So you're physically under some of the clouds when you're interacting with the layout.
Neat. You brought something kind of small here. It looks like a little bug.
Yeah, so I got this
What
from
is that?
I got this from Carson, and I know we've shown it on the show, but I just love it so much. I got it off of eBay, and you know, it was I think $118 after shipping and everything, but it's really cool. And I'm starting to do a lot of research. We have some friends in Australia and China that are watchers of the show.
Right.
Marty Jenkins is one of them. He's a friend of Gordy Robinson. And they're building a lot of these in Australia. And then you buy the remote, same kind of remote you would use for flying a plane or something. And you can link to these little bitty vehicles.
Man, get on this.
So
Richard, can you? Oh, let's crash. Let's have. Isn't that cool, Richard?
But this is the new wave of the hobby here. You know, the next thing you know, you're going to have a bunch of these running on the layout. So what I've devoted to my layout is I'm doing downtown DeSoto, Missouri, and it's a long stretch of a main track with the train coming next to it.
Right.
So all my streets will be interactive, and you can bring these RC cars and you'll be able to drive all the way down my entire layout.
That's why I built all the roads on this layout, with anticipation of these vehicles becoming commercially available for us modelers. And I will tell you, without mentioning any company's names or anything like that, that in the next 14 to 18 calendar months, we will have vehicles available for us here in the United States by a very predominant manufacturer. And that's all I'm allowed to say about that. But that's what this show is all about, to give you hints and peeks at what's coming.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, just the fact that 2 shows ago we talked about that the Kirkwood station was about to be manufactured in 3D. How amazing
That's
is
right.
that?
Did I tell you that Sugar Fire's putting a smokehouse in Kirkwood?
No.
Wow. And then we have our new High Point Burger joint right down the street from the Kirkwood station on the other side.
That's amazing.
So yeah, who knows? Somebody needs to do a whole layout of just Kirkwood. That would be cool.
That hasn't been done yet, but
It
that
has
would
not.
be excellent to do.
Well,
The
with-
Kirkwood station, what era do you think they would do it?
Oh, I don't know.
Because that's changed so much. There used to
Yeah.
be a yard tower right there, or at least a gate gantry protection building where they could, put the
Yep.
gates down manually. That area has changed so much. In fact, there was a small switch yard there in Kirkwood for a period of time back in the 20s and 30s.
And there's some historic buildings right there. Some really old money buildings down there.
Right.
Yeah, it's a beautiful area. Very nice.
Me and Joshua are going to take this hammerhead here. I think we're going to run some trains
I'm
with
ready.
Richard.
I
Make
got-
some coffee. What do you say, Richard? Does that sound good?
I got that Pac-Man coal train all ready to go. I'm ready.
Rock and roll. Short show tonight. This is your show made by us, Simple Model Railroaders. We love doing this for you, and this is the last show of this year.
Yeah.
I get a couple weeks off to work on February, and otherwise let's get Christmas and New Year through, and here comes 2022, guys, and this is going to be the best coming year of them all. I know.
I want to say thank you for everybody for watching this year. You know, you guys have changed our lives completely. We do this because we love what we do and who we work with,
That
you
is
know?
so true.
All the people that I've met in the few years that I've been down here and all the things I've seen, all the interactions I've had, you know?
I still love that story, how you pulled down at the bottom of the driveway 6 years ago and then turned around and left.
I turned around.
It's like, oh my goodness. I'm so glad you finally ventured up the driveway, Joshua.
Well, I mean, I'm so thankful for a lot of things, you know, going to Kansas City.
Oh, yes.
Meeting Denny Yelsma.
2018 show.
You know,
yes.
there's all kinds of great things. Coming to the RPM, all these friends that I've made that I would have never even known.
Right.
You know, and it's funny.
We're blessed.
You know, we're just such a wide variety of people that trains bring us together. You know, the fire chief and the police officer and the white collar worker and, you know, the guy that flips burgers at Sugar Fire, you know. I mean, all of us different people come together and become a family, and we never would have known each other if it had not been for trains.
Amen. All right, guys, the best people in the world in this hobby, and it's the best hobby in the world. I always love to say that.
Absolutely.
And so with that, you and me and Richard are going to go run some trains.
See you later, guys.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, everybody.
Yes.
Okay, keep the camera running. We have to do a thumbnail. That
Okay.
was short and sweet.
Yeah.
How long was that? 18 minutes.
18 minutes, perfect.
Perfect. Thumbnail, that's easy. Got it. Keep camera one rolling. I will start rolling credits on this.
Really easy.
I gotta get this edited out so we can have Christmas.
Sweet.
I'm gonna get that done.
Yep.
Watch the cables.
I got our ham, our pickled sweet ham in today.
Nice. Thank you for doing dinner for me. That's been great. Richard, come shake my hand, brother. Thank you for everything you do for us. Love it. This is good.
Awesome.
I love the car running. That was a great concept. I love that idea.
Yeah.
All right, baby. That's the end of this year.